regulator. So do you ever feel like you're working hard every day, but somehow get further away from the life that you want when you started your business? Yep. I know that you're probably nodding your head right now, just like me here, right? Yep. I know it happens to more people than are willing to admit that. You probably started your shop if you're a business owner for freedom. Maybe you came to this for the creativity, the flexibility, maybe more income, maybe to build something meaningful. And then one day you looked up and realized you built yourself a full-time job with longer hours and more stress, right? Those are the people I get to work with at our success group each day, is they've gotten to that point where they realize that, and now they're looking for help finally, right? They're tired of banging their head against the wall. So if that is you, reach out. But hey there, regulators. Aaron Montgomery here. Today's secret sauce is all about this 15-minute future you check-in. Great tool, great way to really just reset. And it's simple, it's powerful, and honestly, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So once a week, take just 15 minutes and ask yourself a question. Is what I'm doing right now in this moment where I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, et cetera, is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to the life that I actually want? And that one question, if answered honestly, if being willing to go up against that uncomfortableness of the truth of that answer, will change a lot. Because a lot of times we're just running on autopilot. We're saying yes to every order. We keep the problem customers. We stay buried in tasks we should have delegated 2 years ago. We fill every hour being busy, but not every hour is building the future that we want. So let's do this check-in. Here's how. I love giving you just simple steps here, and these are very simple. Step one, put it on a calendar, right? If it's not scheduled, it becomes a someday, and someday, right? Your life in the someday is pretty crowded. And so I would say pick the same time each week. Friday afternoons, maybe Monday mornings work too. I personally like to have, I normally have a little bit of quiet time on a Sunday afternoon. And so I just put this in with my weekly planning, but I want to have 15 minutes, right? And so wherever that is for you, protect those 15 minutes like it's the most important customer your business will ever have, because it is the most important person. It's you. So that's step one. Step two, on top of the question that we asked earlier, I want you to add these other 3 questions to it. So that first question was, is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to the life I actually want? The next question is, what did I do this week that moved me forward? The second question is, what is draining my time or energy? And then the third question is, what should I stop, start, or improve next week? Okay? And just keep it really simple. You don't need a journal with leather covers or inspirational music playing in the background. Like just a sticky note will work just fine, but whatever's simple for you. But asking those 3 questions on top of the original question, if you're answering honestly, the third step is going to just show up for you. And that third step is make an adjustment. And one adjustment, this is really important. Don't try to change 27 things, not 10, not 3. Make one adjustment, right? And so it could be as simple as maybe you stop answering emails at 10 p.m., right? You've shut off your day, 6 o'clock, I'm done. I can get to it in the morning. Maybe you raise your prices on rush jobs, right? Maybe every single one of your customers is bringing you rush jobs and it's killing you, right? And it may be physically killing you, right? I almost killed myself by having hypertension, and I was too focused on things that, were rushes, right? It wasn't rush jobs in printing like you guys, but the fact of the matter is stress is the leading cause of most of the health challenges we have. And so maybe the adjustment is to train someone else to run the heat press. Find the neighbor kid, find somebody that can help you, find a mom that has a kid going to preschool and has a couple hours in the afternoon that the kiddos at the preschool and they want to make a little extra money, right? Like there are people out there if you're willing to look, so whatever that adjustment is, I just gave you a few examples, but each week you're going to have something that you can tweak slightly. And so those small weekly corrections keep you from having to have these giant life overhauls like I did, right? I went to the emergency room and I had to have a pretty giant life overhaul. And now that I'm just making small adjustments, right? I can feel it. I can sense it when I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit challenged, so to speak, right? So let me give you a real world example, and then just quick, and I just making this up, so this isn't somebody specific, but let's just say that there's a decorator that every Thursday gets destroyed by one customer who always has this, and we're going to use air quotes here, emergency order. And it's really caused by their poor planning. And so during this weekly check-in that they have maybe on Friday, they ask, is that emergency, is that challenging customer really helping me with the life and business that I want? And the honest answer is probably not even a little bit, right? Oh, well, they pay good. Do they? Do they pay that good? Is your life really worth that little? Right? And so they have that opportunity to really get honest with themselves. And so the next week they create a rush fee policy and communicate deadlines very clearly, right? And so they go to this customer and say, "Hey, just so you know, we've had to make some adjustments. We've been getting busy, and we want to make sure that we accommodate everybody. And so there is a rush fee policy. Now, if you give us the time that we need, no problem, right? So how can we help you plan ahead? Because I know we can do this, right? So there's that clear communication. And once they have that clear communication, either that customer goes away, right, which is fine, or they're making more money, they're protecting their schedule, and they're reducing their stress. So it's the exact same business, just better boundaries. And that's the power of that short pause, right? I think a lot of people really put this, I got to work harder. That's what's going to make me successful. But honestly, I found the more success for me has come from just stopping long enough to make sure that the hard work is aimed in the right direction. So here's the takeaway. If you do not check your direction, you may arrive somewhere you never wanted to go. So this week, schedule your 15-minute future you check-in, ask the questions, tell yourself the truth, and then make one slight adjustment, one slight move. Your future self is counting on you. So I would love to hear what changes you guys came up with from having this 15-minute pause every week. Share it with us and keep being awesome. Thank you, regulators. You guys rock.